with me. Don't die in a hole, you creep! Yeah, you heard her. Go die! Don't die in a hole!
I never intended to interfere with her growth. But this girl was a bad influence. The mountain of love I had for her began to erupt like a volcano.
All right, my friends, we got to talk about 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐸𝐻. This was episode number 15, and this was all about Ghostblade. And I want to say a few different things when it comes to 𝐒𝐮𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐻. First off, I think they're onto something with Ghostblade here. Ghostblade might end up being another 𝐒𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐿. Very complex, and the fact that he is a father and he is older and his daughter is 18 and his daughter happens to be the best friend of the lowly bunny girl, you know, it all kind of came into play. So I think they're really onto something here with Ghostblade. I think they're really onto something here with Ghostblade. But before I talk about the episode, one thing I want to say is I've been seeing a lot of chatter on the interwebs of 𝐒𝐮𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐻, and I came to the realization that, and this might be you too, I think a lot of anime watchers, anime consumers, whether they are deep in the weeds or whether they are surface level, I think a lot of people in the anime community are starved for really, really good anime. Like really good, not anime, really good animation. Because from what I've seen is I keep seeing this narrative of like 𝐒𝐵e is like the next big thing. It's better than My Hero. It's better than this. It's better than Vigilante. It's better than this, than that. It's better. And I'm just like, I don't think we're watching the same show. And I saw that with 𝐒𝐵e, and I watched the first episode of Lord of Mysteries. It was okay. But what I'm noticing is a trend of if the animation and a lot of donghua, which is Chinese, you know, Chinese created anime. So Solo Leveling, you know, even though they're done by maybe done by Japanese studios at times, but a lot of times the Chinese animation tends to be really, really high. But what I'm noticing with 𝐒𝐵e and Lord of Mysteries and Solo Leveling, you know, although Solo Leveling is Korean, which is a manhwa, not a donghua. But what I'm noticing is people, the moment that there's really good animation on screen, like really good fights, bombastic, really well animated, even if the plot or the story, like the core of what the show really is, isn't as good, if it's great animation, people just like, they're like, oh, it's a 10, it's a masterpiece, it's the best thing I've ever seen. And I just found that interesting. So maybe you're starved for just really good animation as well, too. I'm not. I think that there's tons of really fantastic animation. A lot of times it's just different genres that most people don't tend to watch. But regardless, I think, you know, I think the best animation this season is Call of the Night, but or My Dress Up Darling. It's just another level. But those are generally genres that the majority of anime watchers don't watch. So that kind of makes sense to me. But I think people are starved for really good animation. And when I see certain takes, I'm like, oh, okay, I know what they mean. They mean I've never seen an anime that looks like this. Not that it's that good. Anyways, going back to 𝐒𝐵e, I just want to throw that out there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But 𝐒𝐵e episode 15 followed Ghostblade, and Ghostblade got his whole persona by putting himself on the Chinese version of Instagram, and he got his trust value up because he became basically a prolific Instagram model person. And a lot of people trusted him, which led his trust value to go up, which led him to have certain powers. But the trade-off for that is he's not able to speak because he's like the silent protagonist. He's the silent guy. So because his trust value was built on him being non-verbal, essentially, he can no longer speak in current day, or at least he's not used his voice for so long in current day that he doesn't even know where to start. One of the two things there. He actually found love, though, with somebody who also struggled with being verbal. But when they got pregnant with their daughter, she broke out of that and she went from nonverbal to verbal, and he's never been able to cross that barrier again. So obviously his relationship didn't work out with her because now the two peas of a pod turned into a potato and a pea. They're too different now. And 18 years has now passed since his daughter was born, and his daughter ends up being one of the people in the lab that lowly bunny gets, you know, relationship with and becomes best friends. And the stalker from last episode that's been following the girl, the gray-haired girl, ends up being this guy. Although she did have a stalker, somebody was following her, but he ends up being the stalker, and it's just because he wants to have a relationship with her, but with him being not able to be verbal, the only thing he thought of internally was, let me go share the same experiences as her by following her, and by doing that, I'm gonna get closer to her just by happenstance. But she just doesn't know of his existence in that way. So very cute. I thought the storyline was very, very cool. The episode ended with all of the break-in and stuff happening, and Ghostblade volunteered himself for like another mission or something at the end of the episode. But overall, really cool storyline. And I think Ghostblade, because of just him being older and having a kid and having a different view on life and the way he got there, and a view towards assassination and killing, he occupies this unique space in the hero world, where I think it's going to rival the 𝐒𝐮𝐲 story. Again, more remains to be seen if that's going to be the case, but I'm liking it, and I was like, oh my god, this was a really good episode. Again, not 10 out of 10, not better than all these other anime that have been around for a while, but it was still really enjoyable. All right, that's all I got for you guys. You got my commentary on the current state of anime and animation, and as well as To Be Hero episode 15. Let me know all you guys' thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you next week for episode 16 of To Be Hero.